I've been really enjoying Sonic Racing CrossWorlds since its release back in September, feeling like it's a worthy sequel to Transformed from over a decade ago. Team Sonic Racing, is that a game? I think you just made that up, man. Like, for real, from the high energy music to the visuals, to the fast paced, chaotic, almost CTR-like gameplay, to the really cool rival interactions before races that are just chef's kiss most of the time. CrossWorlds has been a huge joy so far. Plus, I get to play as Hatsune Miku, so of course I'm going to enjoy it. On top of everything, one thing in particular that makes it so much more fun is the fact that it was made in the Unreal Engine, which, besides being hated by most PC users for being largely unstable half the time when it was used in video games, also means easy modding. And just as you would expect from the Sonic community, the good part of it to clarify, the mods for the game are incredible. For the small things like having voice lines over the DLC characters that should already have them, but that's not a conversation for right now. Fitting, because the characters aren't having combos either. To item reskins like the fat ass Tero meme over the spike wall, or the Miki Dio meme over the Dark Chao, to full on character reskins. The reskins are the most exciting part, honestly, including stuff like the definitive Kasane Tero mod over Miku, which includes voice lines using her Synth V voice bank with her Yuta design, along with plenty of the music she's featured in, to the beloved late horse daughter Haru Urara, also with voice lines over Wave, to the IDW comics characters like Tangle, Whisper, and Surge over Tails, Blaze's AI skin, and Shadow respectively. By the way, Surge actually has voice lines too, performed by Vivian Reed, which I think is really cool, honestly, especially for a character we're not likely to get the voice of anytime soon in the main series. On the note of Tangle and Whisper, I'm so happy they've been confirmed as upcoming characters. I truly loved them in the comics. They felt so well integrated with the main cast, almost like they've been there the entire time, and their relationship is just so cute. So I'm glad they're finally making their video game debuts. Sure, they may not have voices, but hey, that's what mods are for, right? There's also the likes of Infinite and Methodist with voice lines for both, over Silver's AI skin and Shadow's AI skin respectively, giving at least something to the wasted potential that is Infinite, as well as the homeless guy Shadow Ops and Shadow Generations. Funny enough, several of the mods I have installed are over the AI skins, meaning I'm having to save up Domper tickets just to use them. Thanks to Lara for festivals being relatively frequent. There are even fan designs like Bad Future Silver inspired by Corner on Twitter, In and of itself inspired by rival interactions in CrossWorlds, and Ryder Sage imagining what Sage could look like in the Riders universe where everyone is sporting sick gear, inspired by Light Dasher on Twitter. Personally, I wait for Neo Sage. This design by Corn Art again is just so cool. I need more of it in my veins now! And if you're in the market for it, you can even have Rouge's OG proportions from Adventure 2. You know, if you like bad boobies. I wonder why that ranks for the worst things I've ever said on this channel. With Rouge's trick voice lines and how they are, that is certainly a combination for November. There's even UI customization mods which give the character models in menus a more stylistic appearance, rather than just their 3D models, even including several modded characters if you have those specific ones. I mean, they appear if you don't, but never mind that. They also appear in the friendship section of things, so that's a neat little bonus. This one gets updated pretty frequently from what I've noticed, so as more free and paid DLC comes out, be sure to keep on top of it. And hey, if you're perhaps not a fan of some of the music in CrossWorlds, there are always options for that. A few of which include the iconic Coconut Mall theme over Colourful Mall, a mashup of several Water Palace mixes over, well, Water Palace's music, a final lap variant of Kronos Island featuring the I'm Here vocals, or hell, one that replaces most of the BGM with stuff from Transformed for that touch of peak nostalgia. And if all of that is maybe a little too grounded for you, you can always go the unhinged route, with the likes of the driving in my truck music from the monster truck. This one doesn't work for me, but only because of other conflicting music mods. Not to mention a ton of shitposts, though are merely high effort reskins. But my absolute favourite unhinged mod has to be Eggman on Foot, with the Alfred Coleman voice lines from the iconic Snapcube dubs.
Martha, I'm coming home, sweetie. You took my wife.
Lore accurate Eggman sure is terrifying. I should say that I found the game is susceptible to crashing with mods, but it's not frequent enough to be a huge problem. At least for me anyway. Sometimes happening when loading into a race or accessing certain parts of the menu, but that's just the nature of modding, I guess. Can't fault it too much. Just to warn you though. And by the way, Sega themselves are completely okay with us modding the game. They even encourage it, but only with cosmetic stuff. Any mod that alters stats thus gives an unfair advantage online will likely get you banned. So if you've got anything like that, maybe uninstall it before going online next. This is all genuinely really awesome stuff that makes playing CrossWorlds even more fun than it already is. All the mods I use come from Game Banana, so if you're interested, give it a look. There's so much here. Even if I'm not going to use a majority of these, just look at my top 3 I've made up my mind, it's cool to just have them to make the game really feel like your own and add almost infinite replayability to this already amazing kart racer. In fact, I guess you could say it's incredible!
Who posted my nudes on Twitter.com?